love it with some passion. Rubber band and the money that keeps stacking. Got a honey who come with elite fashion. She too fine, I tell her that thing magic. You ain't a hustler, you broke, well that seems tragic. Gotta catch in the field like deep passes. I tell her plug if it's sticky, then please bag it. I need the best cause I grew up beneath madness. Need a Matt Burgundy Mercy. Jewelry so heavy it might hurt me. Smoking extra kill, that extra seal. Whoa, Buffalo money need extra bills. Till I'm eating so much I got a breakfast deal. I put mom's on vacation with.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jay Spencer King. I'm jumping in here tonight with my peoples. I got my man Steros for the girls. I got my brother Jeremiah Poyer, and we are in this joint. And I'm gonna go ahead and just swing. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. I'm on my who I want to be tonight. I'm on my Penny Hardaway. I'm gonna just go ahead and pass it right on to Steros. His mic wouldn't go unmuted. That's why I jumped in.
You know, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to unmute the mic. I'm talking, but nothing's happening. You know, it's Tuesday, man. You know how it goes around here. But what's up, y'all? You guys are listening to the Chop Up on the Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast feed. And y'all already know what it do, man. How my guys doing this week? What's up?
Oh, man, my week's been good. It's been a good week, great week. Out here in Florida, it's been kind of sunny, and I'm just been trying to lose weight. I'm down about 50 in the last month and a half, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Dang, boy, what you what J Po got you on right now?
It's Rachel's cooking, and Rachel's cooking she got me on some chicken and no extra sugars, no carbs. I don't got no bread. Bro, it's been rough for my natural sense, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Hey, they put you down in the basement so you can rage out because you ain't got no sugar.
No, yeah.
Man, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it for real. I talked to him one time. I talked to your brother one time, and I asked him about just some advice on diets or working out or whatever. And once he gave me this one recipe. I don't even know what else it was. And I was just like, dude, what are you putting in your body? It felt like you remember from the first Matrix, and they was eating when he first woke up, the stuff that it was like, what are you doing, Jordan? What are you eating, man? And he was like, dude, this is healthy.
He's got to eat solid to gain weight, which is what he wants to do. He wants to gain and then stay around 200, but he's been eating a lot better. He's getting up there. He's looking big.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff, man.
Let me ask y'all a question because while we talk about nutrition. Right? Have y'all seen the Quarterback on Netflix yet?
Yeah, well, most of it. I didn't finish. Yeah, I got 2 episodes to finish.
Okay, so you've seen what I'm about to talk about, where they talk about the nutrition and regimen of Patrick Mahomes during the season and off season with this guy training, and it got me thinking. People talk about Josh Allen's regimen, what he does in the offseason. You hear Josh, he'll tell you he kind of relaxes, takes it easy. He really ain't doing too much. That's what he says during the offseason. People are starting to, he's going into his 6th season. People are starting to, they're going to always pick at every little thing that Josh does. But do you see an issue with the way he treats his body in the offseason? Or because, you see Patrick Mahomes and he's doing all this crazy stuff. And, it's is that what a quarterback's supposed to do? That's what I was thinking when I was sitting there watching. It's kind of interesting. What are y'all thoughts on that? Spence, we'll start with you.
I mean, me personally, I feel like I take him at his word. Every year he hasn't lied to us yet. He's gotten better every season in some way. Mm-hmm. So I know that he's working. I know he's focusing on things. I don't think I've seen a video yet that he's posted with him working out with his quarterback's coach in the offseason, or I don't think I've seen pictures that other people have posted, but Josh has never been that dude that in the offseason he's showing himself in the weight room, just benching, just pumping iron. That ain't been Josh. And he ain't the dude waking up like Rocky on video and just drinking raw eggs and stuff like that. That we don't get that shit from Josh. So when Josh does an interview, and I forget who he was talking to, but he said out his own mouth, I've never been so focused and locked in on the Bustin' with the Boys pod. He said, I've never been so locked in and focused on football as I am right now. I've never been this locked in. I think I'm gonna take him at his word for it. I'm not about to sit here and question this man. You know, my experience from Josh every year is that he gets better. I ain't got no beef.
For me, like, it just seems like he's stayed away from social media the more he's gotten into the league. So, like, because of the way that people treat people on social media nowadays, like, they nitpick at everything. So if I was a quarterback that is a franchise guy, what am I posting for? Like, you're already going to get TMZ pictures of me with my girlfriend or whatever it is on a date or whatever I'm doing. Like, so I'm not going to post nothing for you guys. Sorry. Like, that's tough. Like, I'm going to stay away from pictures. I'm going to stay away from videos, and I'm going to do what I need to do to get right. And if he comes in and he sucks, then we know he didn't work out in the offseason or do anything in the offseason. If he comes in and he's nice, we know he did what he needed to do. That's all. Like, I can't really tell you what he needs to do to get right where he's at. Like, but I'm sure he's a pro. Like, he's a pro guy. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah,
You know how annoying that has to be for Josh, though?
Of course.
Right. Everything is scrutinized.
It's like I grew up on a farm where nobody knows me in a town that only had maybe, I don't know how many people. I don't want to downplay it, so I don't know how many people, but it's like you rarely have anybody know you, really. Now you can't even go on a date and kiss your new, I don't know if it's his girlfriend or what, but you can't even be romantic with somebody at the beach without people taking pictures of y'all kissing.
That was their hotel room.
See, I can't even be in the room.
Hotel. I can't even be in my room in the hot tub chilling, or else you guys are going to come and take pictures of me doing whatever I'm doing. Like, dude, that's crazy.
Like, I literally got a hump in the bat cave. Like, I got to do the grown man. I got to build a cave under the crib. Like, I can't do nothing. And then these people, I'm gonna tell you, I got so mad. And I don't know if it was a rumor or not. That's why I never said anything about it publicly. But, like, do y'all remember a couple months ago, like, after all of that crazy rumors that was going on about Josh, there was like other rumors that I heard where people was like going by his house or going, and it's like, but see, that's the thing. When like information like that becomes even kind of sort of public, man, like sometimes stuff goes too far. So for me, weird. I don't blame. It's super weird, man.
Weird, bro. Like,
I don't blame Josh.
Like,
I don't blame him one bit. If Josh chooses to never post nothing, like nothing, if that dude chooses to delete all his socials, guess what? That's my quarterback.
That's good. It's good.
Hey,
people weird, man.
It is a little weird, man. He can't do nothing. I mean, new relationship, can't do that in private. So no matter what he does, you know, it's like, well, is he really dedicated to football? Like, he can't have a life. It's interesting.
It's interesting. Is it that people are so unfocused in their own life that they really want to focus that much on other people's life, or is it just like unhappy? So you kind of want to latch on to somebody else's life, like, bro, focus on your own stuff. Like, damn, like let me live my life, especially what I'm doing. When I'm with a girl or I'm in a hotel room, like, you should, like, that should be the furthest from like what you're doing. What are you focusing on? Like, I don't know. It's wild to me.
All I want to know is when people go home, do they practice counting the cigarettes at the gas station? So like your job is counting cigarettes overnight at the gas station. So when you get home, do you just be in your cabinet just counting? And I'm not making fun, but the point that I'm trying to make is whatever your job is, when you get off, you get off.
Yeah.
Go home and be about your life. You work in the bank. Do you sit at home and cut paper up and then just practice counting money? Do you like, what are we doing here? So Josh, Jordan, name any player. They can't have a personal life. Like,
right. He's
not focused because all I've said, it was a comment that that Matt retweeted on, and I kind of jumped on it too. Guy on Twitter was like, all I've seen is him not be focused all summer.
I quoted that too.
And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, so okay, all right. So I fully expect when I come over to your house to watch the game, I fully expect like them little breakfast sandwiches y'all make at the gas station. I need the whole joint in your crib. Perfection. I need
everything's right. You gotta be perfect.
The cheese melted perfectly, bro. I need the temperature on point.
With the fake cheese and the cold in the middle on the sausage, all that.
Yeah. All of it. I need the fake cheese.
And if you ain't have it, you wasn't focused. You wasn't focused on your job.
Hey, you making Jeremiah hungry up there.
Yeah, let's get it.
With them carbs.
After eating that healthy stuff from Rachel, he wants some carbs.
I'm good with my chickpeas, bro.
Hey, though, Spence coming in here like one of them old heads talking about some gas station stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the second comment in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on that. Okay, I'm on it.
He's a vet.
Oh man. Hey, so let's talk about DHop. We mentioned DHop last week. Well, we've been talking DHop pretty much all off season, and he on Sunday decided that he was going to sign with the Titans. My first reaction to that is, why? Like, why did after all the stuff he said about wanting to win and doing this, and that? I mean, more power to you. He's getting the bag, but how did that hit you initially? Is my question, Jeremiah. We're gonna start with you. DHop going to the Titans. How you feel?
Well, my first take on it was, I'm glad I got your bag. Like, you got your bag. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, you got your bag. You're good. Like, and then after that, it's like, well, I just don't want to. I don't want to hear no complaining from you about your team success. I don't want to hear no complaining this year about your quarterback. I don't want to hear like none of that. You had a choice. You made it. And now, if I like structure down the choice that he made, like, why would you not just stay with the Cardinals? Like, it's the same situation over there. But like, as far as going to like a team that could contend, you had a choice. You had priorities. Your priorities was your bag, and I'm fine with that. You got your bag. It's good. Like, but I don't want to hear not one complaint this year about your quarterback. I don't want to hear one complaint about your situation there, the coaching staff. I don't hear none of that because you had a choice and you made it. I'm good with it.
Spence, 2-year, $26 million. What you got?
I think he got the bag. I just said this on Code of Conduct. I'll never fault anybody, any player for, hey, they're going to pay you more. Go do it. Go get that. My only beef with it all is don't come out and be like, yo, I'm trying to win. And I want to play with Patrick Mahomes, or I want to play with Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts. Like, don't come out and say, I want to win and I want to play for a winning franchise right now and one of these kind of guys. And then you go and do the absolute opposite. Like, you go and play for a team that doesn't have a passing game with a quarterback who's not elite, and you just take the money. Like, and I get it. I mean, recently the Titans have been a number 1 seed in the AFC for the playoffs, not this past season, but the season before. So I get it. Like, they've been a good team as of late, but everybody know, like they didn't even come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're gonna he can't come out and honestly say it's about winning to him, is what I'm saying. Because nobody has the Titans as a contender at this point going into this season.
Like, they may be all right, but like, they're not gonna, like, you know what I mean? It's the Titans. It's Ryan Tannehill. It's like,
yeah, the devil's advocate says, I mean, you look at the division that they're in the AFC South. I mean, you're playing the Colts and you're playing the Jaguars, right? I mean, how hard can that be?
You get a Colts with a Jonathan Taylor back, and you get a Jaguars that were on the up and up at the end of last year, and they just got Ridley. I don't know. They might be third coming out of that conference.
They are going to be third coming out of that conference.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you really don't expect to hear no politicking from DHop. I mean, he got his bag. He's getting up to $3 million in incentives with that new deal. So,
but you know what?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You say that, and you're right. But there's no way he's going to get it. Like, you think he's going to have 1,000-yard season on this team?
Ain't nobody else to throw the ball to over there.
Ain't nobody to throw the ball. So it's like, I mean,
he'll flirt it. It'll be like 900 to 1,000 somewhere in there. But like, that's just because. But like, they're going to lose a lot of games because of.
I love Hop. I say 750. I say 750. And if y'all want, we could place a side bet all between us.
Yeah.
Over under on 750.
Okay. Let's do this.
I will take y'all bread. Bread because that man is not.
So you say 750. Spence, you say 750. That's what he gonna get yardage wise. Jeremiah, what he gonna get?
975. I'll say that.
975. Okay. I'm gonna say, you know what? I guess I gotta go 1,000 now. I gotta go 1,000.
Justin's the only smart one in the comments, is what I'm saying. I'm sure there's other people that agree.
Hey, you know how Price is Right? $1.
Right. $1. But no, I think I could see.
But it's also undervalues Hop. So like it's
no,
okay.
I undervalue Hop. No,
Like,
I love Hop.
To where I value him. So like either I could be overvalue him or you could undervalue him. But like I still think he's an elite receiver.
Well, see, I do too. My problem here isn't Hop. There's a reason why I want to Hop in Buffalo. There's a reason why I was pounding the table telling everybody before this, like, because everybody was saying, well, look at his numbers with the Cardinals. And I'm like, that's not his fault. I've got season tickets. And I saw how he made Kyler Murray somewhat okay. Like Kyler Murray, dude, he would throw the ball 5 yards behind him and somehow Hop would catch the ball like here, or he would catch it under his leg for a 3-yard gain. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
right.
I've seen Hop do some incredible things. I wanted him in Buffalo. I love Hop. There's no way Hop is putting up.
What was AJ Brown getting? What was AJ Brown getting before he left? Around 1,000.
He was 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah, so like if I value him, yeah, but I value Hop in the AJ Brown conversation. So I think Hop is like a better route runner, which is better for Tannehill.
Oh, a better route runner for sure.
Yeah, he's a better route runner.
I think that would benefit
better hands.
Tannehill over.
He has the best. To me, I would still say he possibly has the best hands, if not like top 3 in the league as a receiver.
Absolutely.
So I'm not. Again, I have nothing negative to say about D. I love D-Hop, but I'm telling you, like AJ is a better receiver at this moment.
It's interesting.
I think so. I think I would say AJ Brown is a better receiver
right now. I'm not saying career wise, Hop is that dude.
Yeah,
Hop is that dude. Right now, AJ is the better receiver. They paid an older receiver, wide receiver 2 money, which is fair. He's worth it. He's worth that money. But I'm gonna just tell you, he's not going in there, and he's not going to be D-Hop from Houston.
Yeah,
speed to separate. His route running is amazing, and Tannehill he's gonna catch him on some of those routes. But they're gonna look. It's the Hop and Henry show. So what they're going to do is they're going to stop Hop and stop Henry. Burks is okay. Burks is good, but what did he do last year that made you feel like, oh, the Titans are really a threat because they got Burks?
I mean, I'm not really on Burks like that, but like I just know that with Derrick Henry in the lineup, you have to stack the box. D-Hop's going to get a lot of one-on-ones out there, and it's just like I'm going to take D-Hop over. I'm going to take D-Hop in a one-on-one situation a lot of the time. So I do think he'll get to close to 1,000. I think that Sterling might win this. I think he might go over 1,000.
Yeah, oh no, Sterling's gonna win this. He already won.
I said 750.
He already won, and we didn't even put what we betting. So I guess.
So wait, Sterling, you said over 1,000, Sterling?
He gonna get 1,000, yeah.
And Jared said. So you said.
So I probably got like 975 or 875 to 975, and you probably got 150 or 750 to 850.
I got I'm just going 750. He ain't even gonna get it. I don't even want to flirt with the 800. He 750.
All right, if he go over that, then that's my dub, and he go on the
if he would have went to, now I didn't want him to go to the Chiefs. If he would have went there, or if he would have came to Buffalo, I would have easily said, "Oh, him and Diggs gonna get 1,000 yards this year."
You think
I had no problem
got 1,000 on the Chiefs?
Hey.
All those because Pat like to spread the ball around. You got Kelsey and
yeah, but it would have been Kelsey and Hop. Like those other guys, he has a bunch of wide receiver B2s. Like they're not even wide receiver Bs. Like they're B2. Right. So it's like you have a bunch of secondary guys, and then you bring a guy like Hop in there, man. Hop was gonna eat. And then here, oh my God, the compliment that him and Diggs would have been to each other with Kincaid, and oh my God, dude, we Josh would have probably broke the passing record, like the yardage record for the year.
Oh, with D-Hop in the offense, yeah.
Oh my God,
been close.
Now I heard a little buzzword. Okay. I heard a little buzzword, but before I get to that buzzword, winner. Okay, so whoever wins the bet, because I'm gonna win the bet, y'all got to buy the D-Hop jersey for me. Oh, that's not a fair deal, fair shake.
You want a Titans jersey?
Ew.
I just want the D-Hop jersey, and I'm gonna hang that beast up. I'm gonna hang it up.
All right.
Oh, first of all, you're not gonna poop on my idea. Somebody, you want a D-Hop jersey? Y'all want D-Hop jersey.
No, it's not D-Hop. That's the problem.
You hear
it's
him, Jeremiah?
You want a Titans jersey?
You sure you don't want a Houston D-Hop jersey from back?
Right,
no, I'm from Tennessee. Give me the Titans jersey.
That's where it comes. Because I was gonna say I can get you a Cardinals jersey, you know, like, but you want a Tennessee jersey? That was where the hate was. Not how.
Hey, y'all seen the look. I got my Pack and Cortland jerseys. Yeah. Y'all remember Cortland Finnegan got beat up? Y'all remember that?
Of course.
Bro, I don't promote hand throwing, but if there was a display of hands that day, Andre Johnson, he put it on that man. Cortland
was an idiot. Cortland was an idiot always. Like, he would always talk shit.
I miss the fighting in sports. Like, I get it. Like, it's cleaner now, but I miss it, man. Like whatever happened to snatching somebody's chain in the middle of a play and then getting popped on the next joint. Like, I missed
people got tired of losing the next 3 games.
Man, how you gonna get your chain snapped? Just take it from you, dog.
Dude, in the middle of a game.
Why are you wearing it? What are you wearing it for, bro? Take that shit off, put it in your locker.
Akeem Talib took that man's chain. It was
right off his neck.
My chain, punk.
Some people still wear chains. I feel like Steph wears a necklace during the games. Everyone, like when I play the games back and I watch, every once in a while I feel like I see a chain pop out with some ice on it.
I'm sure
I don't know. I'm just saying. I could see Steph being the one on our team to do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
If it was anybody, it's Steph.
I mean, what's more disrespectful though? Taking a man's chain or spitting in a man's face? I mean, both of them are right up there, man.
I think spitting is a little bit more disrespectful to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. From street talk, taking a chain is about as bad as it goes, right?
But you spit on me. Street talk is you spit on me. Listen, the chain.
We never gonna be done. Like it's we never done. Like we gonna have to see you at some point.
Like the chain, depending on the situation, just go ahead and take it. Depending on the situation. You spit on me, it's war.
Jeremiah said we gonna have to see you.
Yeah. All the Poyers are coming through, bro.
Hey, all right, bet. So the word the little word I was talking about was the word value. Okay. And that word seems to be buzzing around the NFL community this week when it revolves around the position of running back. We saw Josh Jacobs hanging out in the whip outside the Raiders facility, leading up to the deadline for players who are on the tag to get signed. I think that the deadline for that was like 4 p.m., right? 4 p.m. Eastern time. He's sitting out there in the, outside in the whip. He got Max Crosby in the whip with him, and they're gonna celebrate. And all of a sudden, my man, they ain't come to an agreement. First of all, what do y'all think about the value? And you saw a lot of running backs come out. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry talking about they just treating the running backs wrong, right? What are y'all's thoughts on that? Spence, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, for me, what it comes down to is, when you're talking about value, it's the same way I have the conversation about like MVP, whether it be basketball or football or whatever. To me, the word value, what is when you use that word, like most valuable player is like, so who is the most valuable to their team throughout the season? When you're talking about somebody like Saquon Barkley, he is the most valuable player that their franchise has. He accounts for over 72% of their offense, which is insane. That like it just doesn't make sense. You account for 72% of the offense. Now they went and got Darren Waller. I know that they drafted some good talent, and now they think Isaiah Hodgins can probably fit in and do some things, and they paid their quarterback. But to me, I'm not paying Daniel Jones until Saquon Barkley is taken care of, and that's just me. I get it. People will argue, well, it's a quarterback-driven league. You pay your quarterback. Daniel Jones is not. You paid that man almost Josh Allen money. Nah, you take care of the guy. Now I get it. You don't want to do a long-term deal because running backs' bodies tend to break down by the time they hit 30 or whatever. I understand the formula, but I just think when you're talking about an elite talent, you're talking about a generational talent. You pay those guys. Bills fans, we took advantage of LaShawn McCoy on his second contract. I think I think Bills fans should be the most supportive fan base, not just because of that, but we've had second contracts with running backs where we've seen good things happen. So I don't understand the elite talent being ignored like this.
I think there's two different perspectives as a fan or as somebody that, he probably deserves his money. Barkley definitely deserves money. Like I'm not going to say that, but as an organization, the running back usage is going down, and especially on winning teams. I got some names here for you. LeGarrette Blount, CJ Anderson, LeGarrette Blount, and Jay Ajayi, Sony Michel, Damian Williams, Leonard Fournette, Cam Akers, all making under $3 million a year, and all the running backs on the starting team, or the starting running backs on the team that won the championship for the last 8 years. And that these guys are not like big names. They're old heads that got a vet contract, or a young rookie guy or a second-year guy that is on a rookie contract. It's just the way the system is going. Running backs are not valued at a high enough pace, and it's tough for us as fans because like the usage of what running backs used to be, like LaShawn McCoy on the Buffalo Bills, he used to get 25, 30 carries or 20 to 30 carries a game. You're getting 13 to 16 carries a game, and we're throwing the ball, with the exception of Derrick Henry. But do we look at Derrick Henry and those Titans and say, oh, hey, like they might win the Super Bowl? No. So like that, it's just like the value of the running back is going downhill just based off of like what we're doing. Now, if we look at like a running back / receiver, Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuels, guys that can do both, like those guys are getting paid. And because they can do both and play both positions, the running back position is like, it's just like on its way down. You still need one, but you don't need a heavy one anymore.
Yeah, you look at guys like Christian McCaffrey. He's got $16 million a season, right? And I think that's warranted, man. I don't necessarily agree with all the devaluation of the running back. I think those guys deserve to be paid, and I think it's on the NFL Players Association and the owners to kind of come up with a happy medium. But you're right, man. These guys they're taking a pounding, they're taking a beating. I mean, running backs usually after their 4 years, they're 26 years old, as we're seeing with Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley. And it's kind of sad, man. It really is. Yeah, you got guys like Cordero Patterson. He's getting $10 million. He had a contract that was $10 million, and he's getting $5 million a season. And so that's the kind of contract that I think NFL owners want these players on. But give them the ball 20 times and beat them up, and then 4 years they're out the door. It just, it's just one of those things, man. I hope that they can kind of fix. But you got kickers coming in, and kickers are getting paid, right? And that's a very like selective kind of position where you're not doing much. Go ahead.
Well, and I was just going to say, so just for argument's sake, so what Jeremy said, I agree with him. But I think Saquon is one of those guys. Yeah. So like, I just looked at his game by game stat, and like there's games, man, like I'm looking at this one game here against Houston. He had 35 carries for 152 yards and still had receiving yards. He had some games. So yeah, you're saying, they're not getting 20 carries no more. There's several games he got between 20 and 30 carries plus the reception targets. And it's just, I think somebody like him, and that's what I mean. I agree with you typically about running backs. And then because when you talk about the championship teams as well, those championship teams, you go back and talk about those quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, so you're talking about teams that were built like that. The Giants are not built like Nick Foles played pretty good in that championship. And then for that season, people thought Carson was going to be the MVP. Right. So again, we're having these conversations about teams that have great quarterback play. The Giants are not that team. The Giants they got into the playoffs last year. If Saquon didn't play those games and didn't put those numbers up like he did, the Giants don't make the playoffs in Daboll's first year. Right. And I think Daboll should know that. You know what I mean? So, so to me, I agree with you when you're saying this in general about typical running back situations, because most guys, it is almost like a 2 or 3 man committee now. But when you're talking about a guy like Saquon, and even Josh Jacobs from last season out in Vegas, man,
so good.
Vegas, they owe him, like Devontae Adams was Devontae Adams, and he's gonna be Devontae Adams. But come on, man, Josh Jacobs, man.
I don't disagree with you in retrospect of like how important Saquon was to that style of offense that they're running. I just think that the direction that the NFL is going, and has been going for a while, is to win when it matters. You need a passing threat, which means a lot of weapons on the outside, which means, or a 2 running back set. Like it's just the fact that the running back position itself's value is going down, even though Saquon's value as a rusher is very high. I don't disagree with that. I just think that like there's people like Bean kind of, and that GM he came out of here, like the running back position is not going to be valued as high in those systems. Like, and I know that when you have him, you use him. Barkley, you got him for a year, you use him, but like I just don't think that as the future goes that they're looking to pay a guy like that at a running back for that much money.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I think it depends on where your team is at in their build process. Like, for instance, if we look at the Lions, when they took Jahmyr Gibbs out of Alabama, I think like 12th or 14th or something like that this season, and you look at where they are, it's like, that's a perfect piece to what they're trying to do offensively, right? They let go of Swift, he's gone. He went to the Eagles, but Jahmyr Gibbs is going to ball out. Now, will he get that second contract? I don't know. But I feel like if you're going to, like from a draft perspective, if you're going to spend that type of asset on the first round running back, they got to be a game changer. So we're talking about guys like, like you guys mentioned Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. These guys are game changers. So, right, those are the types that deserve these contracts. However, here's a little trivia for you, though. There is a running back on there listed at number 16, okay? Annual average salary for a running back. Do you have an idea? He's in the AFC East. Do you have an idea who that is?
16 in what? Like ranking?
16th in ranking in terms of the dollars getting paid to him this season, right now. Who do you think that is?
Reggie?
Okay. All right. So it's Nyheim Hines with the Bills.
He had a hefty contract.
Yeah, he that boy's getting paid. He's getting $4 million this year, $4.5 million.
I mean, that was from the Colts, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Colts paid him. The Bills took on the contract. So Nyheim Hines is
was balling out for the Colts. I don't. He was going crazy, and he could go crazy here. I just don't think he gets that many opportunities.
Yeah, no, I think that's an interesting conversation. But
can I
go ahead?
Can I do something real quick?
Go ahead.
Because I want Saquon to kind of give his perspective on stuff.
For me, it was just, you got to know your worth. You want respect. It's a tough game. It's a physical game, especially the position I play. I think the average it might be 2 to 3 years career lifespan in the position I play. So for me, I'm blessed to be able to have the injuries I've had and battle, those trials and tribulations, those ups and downs during my career, and be able to come out at the end of the tunnel still ready, still healthy, being able to get back to myself. That's hard. That's tough. But when it comes to the contract negotiation, you kind of get to the point where there's a market. You have other people try to dictate and tell you what your worth is and how much, we should pay you. And you see the number and you're like, okay, like I'm not going to accept that number. Usually how negotiation processes really go, and with NFL contracts, they kind of shoot you low. You shoot something really high, not realistic that you're probably going to get. They're like, we're not going to do that. You come here, come down, boom, boom, meet in the middle.
Right.
Everyone's happy, kumbaya, boom, boom, move on. For me, it was kind of a little different. I got offered during the bye week. The bye week for, obviously, there's fans that may not be attending football games or understand National Football League or American football. Bye week is a week where you kind of get off throughout the season. Some is early in the season, some's halfway, some's later on in the season. They offered me a number. In the bye week, really only had like 3 days. I wasn't going to accept it. I was like, you know what? I'd rather kind of just finish off the season. The number that they offered me, they kind of thought I might jump at because of my injury history. But as me being a competitor, I was like, I'd rather bet on myself. I know how my body feels. And you know what? I feel like I'm continue to have a good season. End up doing that. We made it to playoffs. Then it gets kind of tricky because now you can tag. You can get tagged and you get to a certain deadline.
Explain that for the people that aren't familiar.
We won't let him explain that because it was going to get pretty lengthy there. But I think it's interesting. One of the reason why I wanted to play that clip too is because I think a lot of times, because I've seen it already today from Giants fans. So this is one time I'm not going to pick on Bills fans, but I'll pick on Giants fans. They got mad at him. Like a lot of Giants fans feel like, well, he should have signed. You know, he has gotten contract offers over the market value and over what people say he should have gotten. And he was offered one during the season last year. Shouldn't even have gotten to this point. But I think it's interesting when you listen to players talk and you know, because now like with me having relationships with certain guys now, I hear even with your brother last offseason or this offseason going through Jeremiah, going through when Jordan was going through the talks for his contract, you gain a different perspective when you realize how the players view themselves versus how fans view them, and then versus how the teams view them. And, you know, it's almost to these guys, you got to understand, like these guys, their entire lives, they've been the best at what they've been doing in whatever circles they've been in. And now it's getting to the point where maybe they aren't Superman anymore, but they still provide value to the team. And they feel like without what they offered, your team wouldn't be where they were or where they are. And then you lowball them. So I think that's what it's coming down to for Saquon. It's the security and it's the disrespect. Yeah, they offered him something during the bye, but even there, you could hear him kind of say it like, well, we only had a little bit of time. I feel like they kind of threw it at me like I was supposed to jump at. So they undervalue you. And then as fans, we say, oh, well, he's supposed to take it because they offered him something. I don't know. And maybe it's because, like I said, now I'm becoming friends with people and I'm seeing how it works on my side. But I think Saquon should have been paid.
I like the way he's going because it's a player perspective, right? So like, and as a fan, you can look at it from the player side or the organization side, but there are two sides. In the organization side, the running back, they look at market value, and that's where they stay. Do I think that Saquon should sit there and take what he doesn't think he wants? No, absolutely not. Do what you got to do. But like, I'm just the direction that the NFL is going. I don't know if he waits a year or 2 years or 3 years, if he's going to get any more. It just doesn't look like that. It looks like he's going to get the most that he's going to get is what probably they offered him just recently. And maybe he gets more from a really bad team somewhere. And that might be the case. But like, I guess like if you want to go get your bag that bad, that's the same situation with like DHop, in my opinion, even though Saquon's value is much higher. It's like, if you want to go get your bag and go play for a bad team, like, go for it. Like, I have nothing against Saquon doing that. I just, if you want to be on a good team nowadays, it just seems like your running backs are not going to make that much money.
Yeah, I mean, you can, and we're talking about, Saquon Barkley here, but if you go back to when he was in college at Penn State, I mean, this dude carried the ball 671 times. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. And so, you kind of sit back and you go, man, like, is it even worth these running backs in college? We're talking to go to a school to be the man. Like, it's like you almost have to like go to a school like Alabama or Michigan where they're gonna use 3 really good running backs. So by the time you get to the league, you have your 4 years, but you're just getting started. Like a running back that comes to mind is James Cook. He didn't have all those carries at Georgia. Now he's coming to the league, and he's not gonna. I think he's the kind of guy that you can give a couple contracts to. Now we'll see what his value is in terms of like how well he does on what he gets. But man, it's really sad that like they dog these kids in high school and in college, and then they get to the NFL, and you're going to tell me that I'm not valuable anymore. And for Saquon, he's the sole reason why the Giants made the playoffs, and you can't give him a contract that he's asking for. Like, to me, that's egregious. Like, you cannot have that. And so for fans out there who say, well, he's just being selfish, because you're going to have them dumb fans who're going to say, well, he's just being selfish. And, oh, man, it's like, dude, shut up. Like, you have no idea what these guys are going through, let alone when they're really injured and they're playing and the teams make the players play. Like, we ain't even talking about that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of stuff is messed up, man. I hope he gets paid. I hope he gets paid.
I don't know why you put that up there, bro. Why you put that up?
Shout out to Mama Poyer, man.
Oh, man.
Watching her baby.
No, I absolutely agree. I think players should do what's always in the best interest of them, and to go through everything. Like Todd Gurley is a perfect example of he was grinded in college, like all 3 years. He was a beast in college, and then he gets to the NFL, and he's a beast in the NFL. And he's just done early. And I just think that's the progression of if you want to stay in the league for a really long time, you're going to get 13 to 16 carries a game. It looks like, you know what I mean? I just think that there's two perspectives. One is the organization and what they need to do to maintain a winning team and where the direction of the NFL is going. And then there's the player perspective. And I don't think either one is wrong for doing what they need to do for one to put together a winning team and for you to get your bread. I don't think either is wrong for doing that. But there's if you want the things to work out, there's going to have to be a middle line. And I don't think that the organizations are jumping over to the player side anymore to give them that big contract, because that's where they end up with this bad contract. So I think that somewhere along the line, these guys on both sides, if they want it to work out, it's going to have to meet in the middle somewhere.
And that's where I disagree, because I feel like when you look at, and I'm sorry, but I'm team player all day, every day, man, because you look at what these owners are making and how much they're making. Every single season, the owners split the pot of billions, over $20 billion of revenue. And you mean to tell me you can't pay your running back? Like that to me is just crazy, man. Like, you got to do better. You got to do better to take care of these players. We got players who are retired who don't have adequate health insurance. And people say, they signed up to play the sport. But come on, man. You know, that stuff to me, I don't know, it gets me fired up, man. It gets me real fired up. I can't stand it.
I'm on the player's side. I'm Jordan's brother. I'm on the player's side. I'm just speaking as an unbiased person towards what is actually going on and what's going to happen. I hope the players always get their money. Go get your money. I don't get, but from an unbiased perspective, it's not gonna change. The organizations are. It's the same thing with the Lamar trade. All these coaches are not. They're not going to break that guaranteed money thing to bring him in. That was the whole reason they didn't want to go get him. But I just that's the way football is going. And do I think it's fair to these running backs? Absolutely not. I hope they get their money, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Yeah,
but on a more of a lighter note, because that owner stuff be getting me fired up. But the Madden. I can't stand them either, man.
Can't stand them.
There's so many things I'd like to say on this podcast, but I'll wait for another time.
I was about to say, please don't, because I don't feel like editing that much. Please don't. Sterls be having me editing, man. I be in here looking like a producer. I be in here, be clipping and cutting and pasting, and man, he be
was it F-bombs all through here
with everything, just with everything. Sterls, he just let it rip. He don't got no chill.
You don't like the owners?
Man, I just, I don't. I really don't. Never have. But hey, let's talk about Madden. Because now, first of all, as we get into this Madden conversation, what console y'all playing on?
PC.
You got PC? I got PlayStation 4. I got to upgrade to a 5. I'm still broke, Sterls. I'm sorry. Dude, ain't we all? Look, I'm gonna need. Listen, Jeremiah, I'm gonna need you to get a PS5, bro.
Bro, what?
I need you to get a PS5.
It's cross-platform.
I was about to say, didn't they say it was cross-platform this year?
But not for you can't play during the season, like in season mode, franchise mode. You can't do that on cross-platform.
That's trash, man.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna get you. Like playing a head-to-head, like whatever. We can get down on that all the time. But I want to play a season with y'all. So I need y'all to get on.
Worth of head-to-heads. You gonna go
0-17?
Nah. You gonna go 0-17? We can.
I'm the Madden GOAT around here. I'm telling you, in these parts, bro. I got it. Don't forget, we got the Twitch channel.
No, I can't wait.
I'm gonna be inviting boys to get smacked on live in front of live audiences. I just want to let y'all know.
Hey, if y'all want to get ran through, you already know.
Pause.
Pause.
Pause, man. Come on. Pause.
Look, yeah, see, y'all
And take the hat off while you at it. Just do it. Take it off. No. Pause.
Well, if you want to play and get beat on the PS5, y'all already know what it is.
Pause.
I can't say y'all see, the problem is y'all are immature. Y'all are real immature, okay?
Vocabulary. Come on, Sterling.
Dang, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. But Madden is out, man. It's the closed beta. I don't know if y'all got your hands on the closed beta.
I was gonna say, wait, it's out? I didn't know when it come out.
The closed beta is out.
Beta came out.
Yeah, so beta. I've been playing a little bit. It's dope. It's dope. I ain't gonna lie. Now we'll see when the game comes out in the beta. It's almost never the same when it comes out because they change everything. Yeah. So I hope they keep it the way it is. It's real smooth this year. It's real smooth. But let's talk about these Madden ratings, shall we? Yeah. Shall we do the thing here? Justin Jefferson, which he got 99, man. He's a 99 overall receiver. First time in his career, man. The young guy, the young buck. Is a 99. He's got the gold cleats. I don't know if y'all saw the clip of him getting them gold cleats.
No.
But, yeah.
Everybody that gets a 99?
Nah, they ain't Oprah. They ain't Oprah with them 99s, bro.
No, they're not.
They're real stingy with them. They stingy with them. But
he deserves it.
He does, man. He does. He does. It's one of them things people are like, well, the Bills should have had Justin Jefferson. Man, it's like, I bet it would have been nice, but you got Steph. Steph comes in at a whopping 96. All right. My boy Steph's at a 96 this year. So
yeah, it's like, are we really mad that we got when people bring that conversation up, it's like, are we really mad that we got Stephon Diggs instead of Justin Jefferson? Relax.
Right.
They asked the question. I'm never mad about it. They're both great receivers. If you ask me the question, I'm gonna say that I think in hindsight, Justin Jefferson would have been a great player to have on the rookie contract, but I'm not mad either way. It's a win-win trade, but
for sure, for what the Bills needed at that time, I think it was a good trade for both teams. Your brother, Jay Poe and Micah Hyde, man, they rocking they up top 10 safeties in the game.
I think they first of all, if we want to go into the safeties, Tyrann Mathieu should not be above Jordan right now. And I'll say that right now. He should not be above. The other ones, the top 5, you can have an argument, whatever. But Tyrann Mathieu shouldn't. And Jamal Adams needs to get out of the top 20. I don't know why he's still at an 88, in my opinion. I will always say this at the beginning of every year. Jamal Adams needs to get out of any type of ranking because I haven't seen him play football in 3 years.
Well, they should make him a linebacker. Make him.
I was just about to say. He'll be a top 10 linebacker. He'll be a top 10 linebacker.
Hey, but Jeremiah, you ain't say that with your whole chest, dog. For your brother and Micah, you gonna have to rewind that back and come with it, bro.
What do you mean?
You gonna have to cut. You need to say that with your whole chest, dog.
It's the first year Jordan got a 90 to start the season. He usually ends at a 91, 92. On Madden, you know how they update, but to start the season, I believe it's the first year he started in the 90s. So, do I agree that he's at 8 or 9? No, but he should be around the top 5 area in my opinion. But I'm glad that he's a 90.
Yeah,
it's funny to me how people will come at us for having these opinions, and I get it. It's first of all, Jeremiah is his brother. I happen to like him as well as a person, so obviously we are going to be a little biased when it comes to it. But when you actually be honest about it and you look at it, tell me the Buffalo Bills defense was our defense if Jordan didn't play last year. Tell us that without Jordan Poyer on the Buffalo Bills last year, that we are anywhere near as good as we are. For the season, we were undefeated when Jordan played. Guess what? The games that we lost 3 games by a total combined of 8 points. Guess how many games that he didn't play in? 3 of them. And you know what? And I'm not even going to do this again because he's back. He got signed. But the point is, it's the way certain people in the fan base and then the way even some other people will sit here and talk about value. That's what we were talking about with these running backs. You're talking about value. So when you talk about value and contract, it's like, well, wait, who are you really paying? You're going to pay these guys that, and I'm not talking about the Bills here because I don't want to make it seem like I'm mad at anybody on the roster. But it's like you're going to pay certain guys money who either don't even stay healthy, and people want to talk about that with Jordan last year. Like Jordan was injured a lot. He maybe got a bump and bruise, but he didn't play a couple games the entire time that he's been here in Buffalo. He's probably missed a total of 6 games. Are you kidding me?
5 and
5 games
last year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like you mean to tell me you're going to sit here and call him injury prone because last year a guy hit him illegally, might I add. He didn't get fined for it, but he hit him in the chest illegally that had him get cracked ribs, whatever the injury was with his chest. He couldn't fly to a freaking city to play, but he drove there to play. I'm just telling you, like the way people talk about Jordan, I've been quiet for a while because of it and because of the way Jordan's personality is. He don't want all that attention and smoke, so he'd be like, nah, just chill, I'm gonna ignore it. But sometimes it's really annoying. It's like, yo, did y'all not watch the season?
That's why I'm here. You don't have to answer those questions. I will. I'll go on Twitter. and I'll be happy as can be, and I'll argue all of them.
Yeah.
But fam, like, am I? But I get it. It's your brother, so I get it. It's a little bit. But am I lying? Like, are we gonna act like Jordan Poyer was not the backbone of the entire deep? And I'm saying this as much as I love Tremaine, as much as I loved whoever you want to call out on the defense last year that played well, right? Call them all out. If Jordan Poyer didn't play, I don't care who we calling out. Nobody played as Jordan Poyer. Jordan Poyer should have been in conversation before he was injured. He was in conversation to me for Defensive Player of the Year. Then he got injured and he didn't. They stopped throwing his way, and he still was cracking boys. Like, come on, what are we talking about?
And you know what was crazy about that is how much he had to, because Michael was out too, how much he had to play in the box. I mean, he was playing in the box. He was playing single high. Like he was doing a lot on the back end when he played, man. And I think that kind of stuff, like I'm not going to be one of those guys that, well, I watched all 22. Like, yeah, I watch it. And I'm not saying, fans with the naked eye can't see this stuff either. But man, like when you really break down like what his roles and responsibilities are in that defense and what he was able to do despite not having the adequate safety next to him, you got to give that man some more respect and put some respect on his name.
I think like the biggest part that people tend to miss, like Jordan goes out there and he does what Jordan does on the field, but like that's the biggest part they miss is how much, like with Micah out, with Trey kind of slowly getting back into form 10 weeks into the season, with Vaughn out, with the 2 linebackers that you have. I guess Tremaine got a little bit more vocal last year, but Milano's more of just a dog, less vocal, and so like. It's just how much responsibility was put onto Jordan outside of just him playing the game.
Yeah,
was the craziest part. And then we're gonna see when we get Micah back this year, and we get we get our whole defensive line here, and you got Poona Ford coming in. We're gonna see like the difference when he doesn't have that much responsibility on his man.
And you know what, man? You didn't even mention in there that we had a rookie cornerback playing last year, so we didn't like the team that everybody is used to seeing in that secondary. One of our cornerbacks now plays in Pittsburgh, so Jordan was basically back there last year, but Micah got injured. So without Micah, half the season without Trey, now you don't have like Levi's not there, so he's playing with an entirely new secondary.
And it was like 8 weeks where you had a new
weeks.
guy rotating in. Like it was like
come on, man.
Christian,
and he's being the glue. And he's being the glue to that.
Hey, and we wouldn't have beat Baltimore without him. That's for dang sure.
2 interceptions.
2 clutch ones.
2 interceptions.
Yeah, I need to put some respect on his name, man.
90 is solid, but still a little crazy, bro. Still a little crazy.
I'm just saying, and I'm sorry. It be the ones that I care about the most. Like
sure.
Obviously, I was spazzed like this about Tremaine. I was spazzed like this about Trey, and then on offense, but it's like y'all really gotta relax on my guy Jordan. Like, you know what I mean? And it'd be the dumbest stuff that people decide to get, like when they decide to go anti-Jordan for whatever reason for the day. Like when they get mad at Jordan, it'd be the dumbest stuff that they mad about, and it's just like, all right.
I'm telling you, people's energies, bro. They just they're mad in their own lives, and they just want to take it out on like somebody that they don't know, they don't really talk to, they don't know him at all. They think that they know him because of what social media or the news or whatever is saying about him, and like that's what bugs me about it. Just people's energy is off.
Anybody want to take a stab at what Gabe Davis was rated in Madden this year?
I believe it was 84, right?
Yeah, 83. 83, 91 speed.
He was 32nd ranked, right? 32nd ranked receiver.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got an 84 catch. 88 catch, 84 awareness.
I would flip those, but 88 awareness, 84. All good though. We're back this year. He's gonna catch all the balls.
Just a tad bit high there. Just a tad.
All good.
I was surprised they gave him an 83. I'm surprised. I mean, I think that's fair for him. Man, just be hating sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah,
if he hate now,
your two receiver, shouldn't get some love.
Spence down there, he's back in his chair. I feel like what? Let me ask you a question. Put you on the spot real quick. What's a fair rating for him?
What did you say is? What did you say is catch?
You don't gotta
his
say
catch
that.
rating? No.
You see how long it took him to say something?
What'd you say his catch rating was? His catch rating is a what?
Oh no, I'll tell you. It's you're a fool, boy.
I think you said 81 for his catch.
84?
84 for his catch. I don't know so he's at an 83 with his catch at 84. Yo, I feel like he should probably. I think a fair overall rating would be like an 80 because I think that catch rate need to come down a little bit. That'll just even it out. So I would say 80. They blessed him. They gave him an 83.
His other ratings might be lower though. You might, what I mean.
Basically, what you're saying, there are kickers with better hands than Gabe Davis, according to Matt.
That's crazy, Spence.
Yikes!
That's crazy, Spence.
Yikes! He led the team in drops last year, man.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
I'm just saying because Jeremiah be getting at me when I get on Gabe. He'd be like, man, you know what I mean? Like, and
Gabe's my dude.
I know Gabe is his boy,
but like I'm saying, like it was just the fact that he could drop the ball. Like if he had that many drops and they weren't as important as they were, I want him to catch the balls that matter, not like the ones that
catch all the
Miami
balls.
In the end zone.
Catch all the balls.
Nobody can every ball.
But wait, so like the touchdown that he dropped against
that's
the
what
Dolphins
I'm talking about
in the playoffs, or like the touchdown he dropped against the Dolphins in the first game that we played them in Miami.
Those are the ones he got to catch.
Or like the one that he dropped against the Jets that could have kept us in the game that we ended up losing in Jersey. Or like I could do this all day. That's what I'm saying. Like you saying the ones that matter. Yeah. I can list games.
That's what I mean.
Matter,
like if he catches the one that matters, and like he could have the exact same amount of drops as long as he caught the ones that mattered. And unfortunately, there was a lot that mattered that he didn't catch.
Yeah, drop a first and 10. Drop a
10.
Drop
nice
a first and 10.
Like you could drop that. Good. Like,
drop that.
That's what Steph understands. Steph be dropping those. Like he drop one, he drop those. Like you don't drop the 50-yard bomb that Josh just took away in the chin for. Like
he wasted a throw from Josh Allen after a UCL injury against the Jets that was perfection, bro. Like that throw was perfect. That mofo hit him right in, like, literally it hit him in the breast meat, bro. Like ain't no way when you get hit like that, you get hit in the nipple with a football 60 yards down the field, you ain't got no excuse.
Yeah.
And I love him like you do, but I just need him to catch.
No, he's got it.
He's gonna get it this year, though.
He gonna get it.
Contract year, boy, hungry.
Can he cut the drops in half this year? Can he cut him in half? Like, yeah, I'll take that.
No, I'll go with Jeremiah. I don't care if he and when I say this, I'm gonna get beat up. I don't care. I don't care if he doubles his drops, but double the drops. I'm just hear what I'm saying. If it's these 1 in 10 where it's the first play and he drops it, whatever. If he keep dropping these doggone touchdowns or first down receptions, or he's dropping these like the big plays, those are the ones that matter. I don't care about him dropping because Jeremiah's right. Steph dropped some passes last year. And nobody talks about Steph because if he had a big drop, it was only one for the year. But Justin brings up in the comments, I agree with him. It's a contract year. He's gonna play big. So draft him on in your fantasy league if you can.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going that far.
He's gonna get a ban. I got myself on a ban for him.
And we keep forgetting to talk about this.
I know, man. We get on these runs here. We're gonna talk about that next week. We're gonna have to talk about that next week.
Oh, our fantasies.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna dominate that league, and for some reason Jeremiah thinks that his team
my team is so
than
nice, bro. My team is so nice.
Dude,
that is crazy that you.
My team got the hotness though. Like I don't even think you understand just how. Like your team is good. Okay. I'm gonna list his team real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me list his team. Because I don't think you just talking. You're just talking.
My team is nice.
I'll be the judge. I'll be the judge of whose team's better. How about that?
His starting quarterback is Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Good quarterback. He got Saquon,
mm-hmm.
Swift, Kamara. Who is going to be your other starter? You gonna say Foreman, or who you gonna put as your other running back starter?
Well, my other running back starter is going to be Swift, or either one, which just depends. But then my flex is going to be Kamara or Swift.
Okay, so boom. So now wide receivers. We're talking about Chase, right? Deebo Samuel. Then here's where the drop off comes. His third best receiver is Claypool, right? Then he's talking about Hilton. Hilton ain't even on the team still, man. We talking about Hodges.
You're going to my actual bench.
I went through your receivers. Your top two is Chase and Samuel.
Okay.
Adam Thielen is the third. You got a third at Adam Thielen. Claypool, what Claypool gonna do for you in Chicago but get cut?
Well, I don't think Claypool's on my reserve. He about to, you know what I mean? He can get cut off my team anytime.
So we're just doing starting lineup.
So Adam Thielen is your third receiver. Okay. And then your starting tight end, you're going to go with who? Conklin?
I got Marvin Jones. That's my fourth receiver.
Oh, okay. Marvin Jones. He's excited about Marvin Jones. I'm sorry.
Hey, as my fourth receiver, I'll take that with my running back crew. Come on, man.
Okay. All right. Now let me list my starting lineup. Okay.
Go ahead.
I have Joseph Burrow at quarterback, Ramondre Stevenson, Joe Mixon at running back. My wide receivers, Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill. My flex is T. Higgins. On my bench, I got Dalvin Cook and James Conner. I'm just saying, I got depth. Well, my starters right there just smack it. I still got Calvin Ridley on the bench.
Your running backs don't touch any of my running backs. All three of my running backs are better than your running backs.
Sir.
I have Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, and Alvin Kamara, and you just told me your best running back was Ramondre Stevenson.
I personally think Stevenson is better than Swift, especially with the roster that he's on. He's not going to get he's going to be splitting snaps between he got four different running backs on that roster.
No, he's one though, and you know what?
Okay,
come on, man.
We'll see if he gets a real start, like a starter's season. I doubt it. I'm telling you. Y'all just going based off of what you saw. He wasn't even a dude like that for real in Denver. I mean, in Detroit.
But they threw the ball 30, 40 times. Philly runs the ball a lot.
They do.
Okay.
He's going to get a lot of touchdowns.
We'll see.
All right,
I'm just telling you.
Shall I read y'all mine?
Yeah.
Mine's not that bad. I might be in the middle between y'all, but I got Patty Mahomes at QB. Okay. I got my boy Kenneth Walker at running back, Javonte Williams at running back. I got Cooper Kupp at wide receiver, Deontay Johnson at wide receiver, Kyle Pitts at tight end, and Jahan Dotson as my flex. That's a squad.
That's decent.
That's decent.
That's decent.
That's a squad.
That's decent. I can get with that.
Bro, I'm taking, bro.
Next week, what I'm gonna do is because now, see, when we start talking about it, now we got stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna get a screen grab. Like I'm gonna capture all of the squads, and we'll throw up the graphics next week so people can look. I know Justin, and when I do, beer on me, man. I throw a beer your way. I throw a beer your way with.
That's a garbage take.
With some of the wins, I got you. I got you. And that's why I said it's decent, Buck Dan, because Cheryl's team, you got a good quarterback, but the guys catching the ball in your team don't. So we'll see.
Cooper Kupp is all they got. Yeah, we're gonna get into this next week. We're gonna get into it because it's gonna be fun. We got some good people in the league that I think a lot of y'all will have fun to kind of keep up with too. We'll kind of keep up with the league throughout the year. But Sarah's in it, Buffalo Freddy's in it, Sterls is in it, obviously Jeremiah. Who else we got in it that people would know? It's a fun league. We got some fun people in it. Heck yeah. Yeah, you a newbie. Yeah, it's all good.
I don't know. I know Sterls and I know Spence and I know Sarah's about it.
He said, I spent all my cap on wide receiver and it's the lowest scoring position. I don't think he understands how the league is going. Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill are two of the top 5 receivers as far as fantasy football in the league, and I have both of them on my team.
Well, you know, I love Buffalo Freddy, but he is drinking that Grey Goose right now. He's sipping it.
He actually should change his picture. Grey Goose blocked him on Twitter.
Did they?
The goose got him loose.
Yo, I don't know. You know how like my favorite drink is Crown Royal. Do you know how hurt my feelings would be if Crown Royal blocked me on Twitter?
Damn, what'd you do? Or was it Freddie?
It was Freddie. He kept doing it. He kept atting them. I guess they don't really interact with their fan base or whatever. So he says in the comments, we broke up. Grey Goose is dead to me. You got to change that picture, man. Your YouTube picture is. But yeah, no, they blocked him because he kept coming at him like, yo, so y'all don't even say nothing back to the people that support your business, and they just blocked him. It's like, damn, bro. Damn.
Yeah. I'm gonna need Sarah to get at me though for some trades because
Sterling, hit me up. Hit my line.
Yeah,
I got a lot of
hit your line.
Hit my line, bro.
I'm open for business. I'm
open to be throwing some trash trades. Like I drafted Saquon. 20 seconds later, he said, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to trade Saquon." I just drafted him. Let me bask with him for a second. Damn.
Sometimes the draft don't go the way I want the draft to go, so I need the players I need to get, and that's just how it goes. We done had a dude get so mad he done already quit the league because he wasn't getting trades. So yeah, we can talk about Gritty next week.
Yeah, let's talk La Gritty. First of all, don't come in the league. Come out
adios, amigo.
La Gritty, get out of here. Get out of here with that.
Like we don't know you, little bro. But all right, anyway.
Yeah, we out of time, man. We out of time, but hey, to everyone who's out there watching, man, thank you for tuning in to the Buffalo Rumblings podcast feed on here on the Chop Up. We're gonna be back next week. And we're getting closer to training camp, man. We are getting close to rookies have reported. I think they reported today. So the rookies up there, the little babies up there, they getting it in, man. They about to suit them up. And we're going to be talking about some Buffalo Bills preseason football here very soon. Very, very soon. But all that stuff you can catch right here on the Buffalo Rumblings podcast, Big Cast feed. We're going to be here all summer long, all season long, baby. Spence, you got anything before we get up out of here?
Hey, y'all know, I just always tell y'all to love each other, take care of each other, live in peace. As always, stay positive, test negative. Go Bills.
Go Bills.